Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true Masters of the Metaverse.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Gen Con Live Masters of the Metaverse special, which is, the most interactive RPG live stream show brought to you by Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. I'm your host and Game Master James Durham, and I want to take a moment and introduce our cast who's joining me here in our virtual studio. I've got Sean Franklin, who is playing the cyborg John Stone, part man, part machine, all badass.
Yes.
Next up, I have Helen Roundhill, and she is playing the daredevil wild child, Andy James. If there's something to ride, she's going to ride it. We're also joined by Sarah Sanders Odie, playing the analytical, intelligent, and methodical Dr. Jenica Clarkson, who probably has an opinion about it, whatever it is.
Probably. I'm right.
And finally, we have Christian Doyle as Crash Jackson, video game savant, and quite possibly the most experienced pilot in the metaverse. And let's not forget Mark Thomason, who's our tech back at the Real World Studio, bringing all of this live to you.
Yay, Mark!
Thanks, Mark.
Masterful job, as always.
Thanks for keeping the studio warm for us while COVID happens.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clean in there? Are there cobwebs everywhere? Have they taken the TVs?
All of these things could possibly be true, and none of us would know. So what exactly is Masters of the Metaverse? Well, it's only the most interactive live stream RPG in existence.
The most.
You, our audience. That's right. You who's watching right now. You can use our online store to influence, change, or add to the story right here in real time. And I'm going to let Christian talk about that store just a little bit.
Oh, right now in a little bit?
Yeah, like right now.
All right.
And talk about that store for us.
So the way Masters of the Metaverse works, every player has two character sheets. Their pilot, who is their character, and their avatar, who they are sent to take over and become part of. That gives us an advantage in that we can use both character sheets at the same time in some cases. There's a slider below our little screens here that tells us whether we're closer on the slider to avatar or pilot. The closer we are to pilot, the more pilot skills we can use. And the closer we are to avatar, the more avatar skills we can use. While in the middle, we can use both, but of course, it's not going to be as good as if we're closer to one or the other. We'll have more advantages the closer we are to either pilot or avatar. So the first thing in our store is the meta point. Meta points are a pool that any player can use to move further along their slider towards pilot or avatar at their choice. Moment of Clarity is a buff that allows a player to roll the best die possible for any particular skill, regardless of what part of the slider they are on. Personality Disorder allows you, the viewer, to shift a player in any direction you want on their slider, your choice of the player and which direction they go. Then we have the personal buffs of everybody, and I don't know if I can remember what all of them do. The Crash buff, Hacksaw, allows Crash to attack anybody. He can make one attack and attack every enemy in the area, which is really, really broken. Jenica's buff, Young at Heart. What does that do? Do you remember, Jenica?
Yes, it means that I get a +5 to my attack, or every bad guy gets a -5 to theirs. Something like that. Like it either
So,
helps
yeah,
us or hurts them.
it's a buff troll kind of situation for her.
Yeah.
Johnstone has the ability Badass. What does that do?
It ignores
Sean?
all damage to him
Oh,
from one source.
he just ignores getting hit by anything from a knife to a nuclear weapon for one round. Uh, and Andy James has Mimic, and that's a newer one for her. She used to have the Meep Meep. I don't know what this one does.
Mimic means that I can copy any of your buffs. So most commonly, I've just been copying Haxor because, like you said, it's broken and allows me to do some insane things.
Yeah, we can use that. We can use any of these in conjunction with any of our characters' abilities. Below that is a bunch of other stuff that I can't see.
Oh yeah,
That's true. Let's see. I'll help you out with those. We've got System Shock on there.
System Shock makes James roll each of us on a die and then throw us somewhere randomly on our slider, destroying all of our best laid plans with just a small payment. Next thing we have up is the Team Up, and that allows two characters to do just that, to team up and use the best of their abilities in order to do it. Rule of Cool is my favorite. Rule of Cool allows it basically stops the combat. Initiative is re-rolled, and then everybody gives their best case scenario of what they want to happen. Physics be damned, and the chat votes on it, and whoever wins based on what their idea was automatically succeeds. But everybody else still has to try the ridiculous thing that they said that they were going to do with a huge minus. Absolutely my favorite thing on the board. And of course, Hack Attack. For the big money, you can just tell us what you want to happen. You can change scenarios in virtually any way you can imagine, from changing the area to a flash flood to creating a giant golem made of fried chicken. The choice is yours. We have to find a way to work with it, and there's nothing we can really do about it. There you go. That's the store.
Thank you very much, Christian. That really covers it pretty well. Especially the whole pilot avatar thing. I'm glad you took a moment to explain that, because that's definitely a situation we're going to find ourselves in today. Because you see, our heroes have traveled to a new metaverse to prevent a rather terrible calamity. I also want to take a moment before we get into the story to ask you guys, if you're doing Gen Con Live, please go ahead and turn in a ticket for us so they can know that you watched us, give us a little support. It's absolutely free. So if you're not attending Gen Con Live, you should, be attending Gen Con Live anyway, because it's not costing you any money. And there's lots and lots of stuff going on. So much stuff.
There's a link for it in chat right now.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Yes, you definitely want to be a part of it. I mean, there's so much cool stuff going on. You really should check it out.
Store. Oh, what just happened? MetaPoint. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Those could come in handy. And so our heroes have traveled to an alternate version of Earth, guys. Specifically, an alternate Los Angeles 1985.
Hi, James the First. Believe it's time to begin the chaos. #System Shock.
Oh, no.
Already? We didn't do anything.
Oh,
at least we're opening up with the trolls. Glad you're feeling better, Lumiere.
Thank you so very much. That is absolutely wonderful. I love it. Let's see, we're in an alternate version of Earth, that's specifically Los Angeles in 1985 at a defense contractor convention. And what makes this metaverse so special? Well, action heroics here are an everyday occurrence in this particular place. From solitary Texas Rangers fighting off cadres of ninja assassins plotting to kidnap British royalty, to truck drivers taking on ancient malevolent spirits searching for green-eyed girls in Chinatown. These things are just things that happen every day here. And our particular heroes are here to stop a terrible calamity that they know is coming. In less than 8 hours, a biological weapon will be released on the unsuspecting populace of Los Angeles unless they can find a way to convince their avatars to stop it in time. And let's take a moment and meet those avatars, shall we? Piloted by Dr. Jenica Clarkson, we have Lady T, the inner city youth counselor and former champion Las Vegas bouncer. You've probably seen her in at least a few movies. Piloted by Crash Jackson, we've got Dutch Youngblood, former hitman turned salesman. He's retired, sort of. Piloted by John Stone, we have Grady Lincoln, long haul trucker and the world champion of thumb wrestling, undisputed. Piloted by Andy James, we have Charlie Soren, world-class martial artist, champion of karate, and professional bodyguard. All of these people
What
have
an
their
80s
own
character.
all these people have their own reasons for being at today's defense contractors convention. But now, when the world needs them most, will they be able to pull together and stop this impending threat before it's too late? We're going to have to find out. But before we begin, as often happens when pilots first enter their avatars in the metaverse, we do an initial system shock to see where they're going to start on those sliders.
Oh boy.
Let's find out where people are going to begin today, shall we?
Can I just ask a question of chat? Did Helen become hotter when she put the mustache on? I just want to know if it was just me or I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Sean, your camera works. You know she did.
So let's start with John Stone / Grady Lincoln and see where he ends up on our slider. We're just going to go ahead and start poor John Stone all the way in Avatar, right off the bat. Full Grady Lincoln. Barely any of John Stone left in there.
Better him than me.
Between Dr. Jenica Clarkson and Lady T, we're going to do the exact opposite and be full Dr. Jenica Clarkson at the
Oh,
start.
damn.
Because that, of course, could not be possibly awkward in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, no.
Down to Crash Jackson and Dutch Youngblood. We are going to put him exactly in the middle. The advantage of access to both sheets and the disadvantage of two people struggling for control of that driver's seat. Who exactly is making the decisions at any given moment? Anybody's guess.
I think Dutch gets the voice, though.
For Andy James and Charlie Soren, we're going to go up another full avatar start. All Charlie, all the time right there.
So when we are in full avatar mode, we are unaware of all these meta pilots and what they mean, right?
For the most part. Eventually, of course, sometimes these things change during the course of an episode. And you obviously know that someone else is occupying your headspace with you. They're just really quiet and in the back seat when you're in full avatar. They don't have much say in what happens next.
All right.
Now, the convention hall is packed with people, from small-time home security specialists to law enforcement to private military contractors and even just hobby enthusiasts. Not to mention all of the staff, the security, the salespeople. It is immensely packed, as only a convention well before COVID-19 could possibly do.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Like that we're having a convention within a convention. That warms my heart.
it does.
I had to. Movement is difficult, the noise is tremendous, and it is uncomfortably hot, even with every air conditioner in the place on full blast. It's also that lovely smell that only comes from having so many warm bodies pressed together in one place. Lady T, you worked hard to get the convention center to hire your group of at-risk youth as janitorial staff and kitchen staff. And despite the focus of the current convention, you can't help but be just a little bit proud of your youth group working hard throughout the center. Under your guidance, they've gone from troubled teens without prospects to being employed and bettering their own lives. Several of them are even looking to start college in the fall because of your guidance. They're all doing so well that you were in fact able to step out to the food court and get yourself a much needed snack. It has been a very long day. Dutch,
Excellent.
the transition hasn't been easy, but you're finally here. Your first convention as a salesman for Block, the up and coming polymer arms manufacturer from Austria. You then got a meeting scheduled today with several law enforcement procurement staff. Landing one of those contracts would be huge for Block. But first, you've got to get some lunch. So many choices in the food court here. It's amazing.
All right.
Charlie, normally you wouldn't be caught dead in a place like this. But you owed Congressman Jenkins a favor, and he asked you to be part of his security detail at the convention. So here you are. All these people and all their guns. What a waste. The congressman just went to some private meeting or another, leaving you free to grab a nice hot cup of coffee from the food court. Grady, for you, it's just another day on the job. Waiting for this event to end so you can load up your 18-wheeler and haul it off to the next spot. Guns have never really interested you all that much, so you spent most of your time either napping in the cab of your truck or here in the food court, sizing up the convention attendees and sipping on soda. And that, of course, is when all hell breaks loose. The PA system lets out this grating tone of feedback before a voice speaks. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The convention center is now sealed off. All doors, windows, and other exits have been wired with explosive devices. Additional explosive devices have been hidden throughout the building. Should any of you attempt to leave, they will be detonated. I would ask at this time that all of you make your way to Auditorium A for further instructions. To ensure your cooperation, I have dispatched some very helpful individuals to facilitate this relocation. And with that, 6 gunmen enter the cafeteria, firing bullets into the room. Gunfire can be heard from several other locations throughout the convention center. On your feet! Everybody move it! Move it now! One person decides they're going to be a hero and goes for one of the gunmen, only to be shot down while struggling with him. Anybody else feel like being a hero?
I mean, don't we all deep down inside?
Not me. Dutch gave up that kind of life.
Being a hero?
No, well, figuratively. Yeah.
Why? What happened? Let's
know.
get into that later, after, we fight the bad guys.
Hey, lady, you need to get your kids out of here.
My kids can take care of themselves. Thank you.
Well,
Hey.
I mean, I feel like we get this off to a rip-roaring start, so I am 100% going to rush the gunman and roundhouse kick the gun out of his hand. Because guns are for suckers. All fists.
As you rush towards the gunman, that, of course, is going to have to trigger some of my favorite words to say in any kind of a tabletop game. Would you please roll initiative, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh.
And we roll 12s for initiative. Is this fair?
That's right. You roll a pair of 12s, and you will add the initiative bonus. For some of you, it will be your pilot if you're all the way over on that end. For some of you, your avatar if you're all the way on that end. And if you happen to be in the middle, you get to pick which one of those bonuses you use.
I knew there were advantages.
All right, wonderful. I am at a 24.
Wow.
I know, it's the highest initiative I've rolled in like 6 sessions.
Yeah, I rolled a 26.
Ooh.
Middle of the road,
I
9.
rolled 9? Seriously?
Oh, yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah. Even
How
with your
did you
initiative?
roll a 9?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I rolled a 3 and a 4, and I have a +2. So
It's called
9.
math.
Guys, she's a math teacher. Trust her.
Though the little addition and subtraction sometimes confuses me. I much prefer trigonometry.
Ugh.
That's terrifying.
I rolled a rip-roaring 20.
20. Well, that means that Dutch/Crash is going to get to start this off and act before anyone else, other than, it will be
You said I'm in the
included
food court.
that Charlie did immediately take off from the table at a full sprint directly towards these gunmen.
All right. Well, I'm going to because I grew up in Kansas or wherever it is that Dutch grew up. I'm gonna check the room tactically, using my background as a hitman, right?
Oh yes.
And I'm not armed
No.
at all. I imagine I have guns at my booth or whatever
Absolutely.
for show, but I'm in the food court, so I'm gonna grab a tray, like a lunch tray, and I'm gonna throw it like a frisbee.
Very good.
Not at the guy that she's running at, but whoever is going to shoot her after.
All right. I will take an athletics test from you. Because you're in the middle, you can use either the athletics on the Crash sheet or on the Dutch sheet.
I'm going to use the athletics on the Crash sheet because they're better, but I have to use the big die, so it's not going to...
That's true.
It may very well not go in my favor, although I still have to roll pretty high to fail.
The disadvantage of being in the middle, you get both sheets, but you got to roll the biggest dice for everything.
I beat it by 7 because I have a stupid athletics score.
It is quite the perfect throw, though never intended to be a frisbee. The lunch tray spins across the room just like one. And because it's 1985, it's actually a metal lunch tray. It's not one of those cheap, flimsy plastic ones.
And I go, order up. I get a bonus for doing a one-liner with Dutch.
That's correct. What is that bonus?
Plus 10 damage on any attack following a one-liner.
The throw is perfect. And, well, not a lethal weapon simply being a lunch tray. It impacts entirely too solidly for a lunch tray. More like a baton or baseball bat in the amount of force that is behind it. Right in the forehead of one of these advancing gunmen, sending him sprawling on the ground and his gun falling from his hands to slide across the linoleum floor.
Very good.
All right.
Charlie, you're up.
Great. Perfect. Wonderful. Well, for starters, there we go. We got to release the chest hair.
Yes!
So we're going to start off by releasing the chest hair.
I've got now.
I've got my copy in my hand because that's really the only thing I care about, but I'm willing to sacrifice it. I'm going to throw it into the gunman's face and just kick him right across the gun hand.
Perfect. Give me an athletics test for that coffee first.
I would love to do that, and I'm rolling on 8s because I am all the way Avatar against my... Did you say athletics or fighting? Sorry.
Athletics for the coffee. Oh.
Okay.
Hashtag
athletics for the
crash
coffee, I'm
buff
gonna
for
be
that most
7.
excellent of character voices, the Baron Bad. Just watch out for Richard R.
In case you didn't catch that, it's for the most excellent of character voices, the Baron Bad. Just watch out for Richard R. Thank you for the crash buff. I will use that to kill everything.
Thank you very much. That is very great of you. Thank you, chat. What was that athletics test again?
Athletics test I beat by 7.
Beat it by 7. It is a perfect throw of scalding hot coffee, which is way too hot for any other normal person to drink. But for you, it goes down like ice water. And in the face of this gunman, that coffee just splatters everywhere. And he lets out a horrified scream, which give me that fighting test for the roundhouse kick that follows it up.
Yeah, I'm going to beat that by 11.
Beat that by 11. And does anything in particular happen when you're doing roundhouse kicks?
Yes.
So you know, Jade.
My roundhouse kick targets up to 3 nearby opponents, repeats in slow motion after hitting, and deals 30 damage.
That's right. So the world seems to stop for a minute, and all of you get the perfect view. Is it 1 kick? Is it 3 kicks? Maybe it's just the same kick repeated 3 times in slow motion for the camera. It's really hard to say. but the effect is still the same, and 3 gunmen are kicked, flying through the air entirely too far for any kind of a natural human kick, sent sprawling over tables and into a lunch counter, guns scattering across the ground, leaving only 2 total gunmen, one who is, of course, screaming at the hot coffee that is all over his face. And it's going to the gunman next on the initiative test, but unfortunately only one of them is going to get a chance to act, being as of the 2. One has a burnt face from hot coffee and is collapsing to his knees, trying to wipe the hot coffee from his eyes, nose, and mouth, and failing miserably.
Oh.
At close range, the gunman will attempt to fire upon Charlie and bring her down, recognizing her roundhouse kick as a horribly lethal and deadly weapon. Obviously too traumatized from the roundhouse kick, or perhaps still focusing on the slow motion and not believing he'll move in time. His fire is erratic, and bullets spray everywhere but where you happen to be, Charlie.
Yep.
Seemingly impossible that at 5 feet of distance, this gunman cannot hit Charlie with a single bullet. Only in an action movie would you see something like that happen. Miraculously, even though there are fleeing people throughout the cafeteria, no one is hit by a stray bullet, but numerous lunch trays are upended, coffee cups explode, drink containers, and the glass in front of one of the food stands all shattered. How the bullets went in so many directions is anyone's guess. Grady, you're up next.
Okay, so how many gunmen are still a threat right now?
Well, there is the hot coffee face burned one, and the one that just shot, hitting everything but what they aimed at.
All right. What to do? Well, see, here's the thing. Like, when I take my hat and I turn it around, it's kind of like the flip of a switch, you know? I'm like another person. Oh, yeah. All right. So the one that shot and missed,
Yes.
I'm not going to miss. So,
Uh-oh. He flipped the
Yeah.
switch.
switch.
Oh, I sensed everything's going to go really bad for that guy.
So, I'm going to run on up onto one of the nearest display tables from one of the
Yes.
exhibits, and I'm going to go over the top and right on top of that guy who tried to shoot her.
A risky yet glorious move.
Oh, not that risky, you know why? Because since I flipped my switch, I get a +10 to all my fighting checks and deal extra 10 of damage to all my attacks.
Go ahead and give me that fighting test.
Oh, beat that by 10.
Beat it by 10.
Plus 2 because of my switch flipping. So I just beat it by 12.
That makes it a critical success. So not only do you add 10 damage, you then double that damage for being a critical success. So tell me exactly how you completely subdued, obliterated, or defeated this enemy. Tell us how that went down when you went over the top.
Oh, okay. So I jumped up on the exhibit. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm having a good time. It's a game.
Having a good time, having a good time. Jumped up on the table and flying over the air, very 80s style, very Stephen J. Cannell television show-esque. And I flew over to him and grabbed him, and with my World Championship thumb wrestling thumb, I struck him in the temple with it.
Ooh.
That's right.
Very good.
So I just ran up and
And down he goes, making the cafeteria somewhat quieter as there's no more gunshots. There's still the screaming gentleman from the coffee in his face. And of course, it is now Dr. Jennifer Clarkson, who's in the body of Lady T, but in full pilot. What are you going to do about all
Excellent.
this?
Well, I have clearly assessed the situation rationally, and I see the one goon still standing, correct?
Yes, he's taken a knee at this point, but he is definitely still armed, and that burn is only going to slow him down for so long.
Okay, excellent. So that actually makes my life easier that he's lower. Because I have ninja stuff, being Dr. Clarkson, available to me, I am going to take a flying leap at him with my legs extended. So, okay, so he's here.
Like this, you say?
Yeah, like this. Okay, I'm trying to get to where the camera's stupid camera. Okay, anyway. So he's here, and I'm gonna go like this, and I want to go like that, and then flip him over with my legs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 legs come to his neck, and like.
And 1 leg leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, and if the gun that skittered away on the linoleum happens to be anywhere nearby, I really would enjoy to scoop that up and point it at the remaining bad guys and be like, "Freeze, mother effers!" Because we're in the 80s and that's what we say.
Yeah, Merc has the right of it. You're trying to do a Black Widow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, I will take an athletics test, a fighting test, and if you beat that, or in this case, ninja stuff, if you beat that by enough of a margin, you're able to grab that gun on the way through.
Okay. I rolled a 3,
Whoa.
so I beat it by 11.
You, in fact, do more than well enough to grab that on the way through. Your leg timing is perfect, and you grab hold of his head with your legs, spinning him around while grabbing the gun at the same time, cracking his skull against the ground, rendering him unconscious, and landing, pointing your gun at these goons who are laying, either groaning and holding their heads from roundhouse kicks, or completely unconscious from the beating rendered by the heroes around you. You can still hear distant gunfire throughout the convention center as clearly other convention goers are being rounded up towards this auditorium and whatever is going to happen next. But that's not going to happen here in the cafeteria.
That's right.
I walk up. I walk up to the nearest food counter and I order a dozen eggs. Hello, is anyone here behind the counter? I need some lunch.
They peek their head up from behind the counter. Lunch?
I would like this many raw eggs, please.
Why are you serving food when there's justice to be served?
Yeah, I can take a glass of some of those eggs.
I didn't come here to have any trouble. I'm just a mild-mannered gun salesman from Iowa, where I was born and raised.
Hey, so, hey, lady, by the way, you're pretty tough. Like that little flipping kick thing you did, and I couldn't help notice some things. I mean, you like kids, and I think family is the most important thing. And
Okay.
I don't know if you're single, but my wife is dead, so you think
well,
you might want to, after all it's over, maybe go out and get a burger or something.
that is very forward. I do appreciate the compliment. The person that I am inhabiting is quite hot and attractive, I agree. But I cannot make decisions for her until I am more part. I don't really know exactly what kind of person she is looking for, or if she has somebody. I am not quite sure yet. But
Her?
yeah.
What do you mean her? I'm talking to you.
Right, you're talking to this body, but I'm not really this body yet. I
Your
will
body's
be.
talking to me.
John Stone is all the way the other guy right now. He's the guy. He's the hat guy, not John Stone at all.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to help the whoever hat guy is.
Are you two a thing? I didn't mean
No,
to.
we're not.
Look, lady, you can just say no. You don't have to make excuses.
No, I don't know if she would say no, so I'm just gonna wait. Can we put this on pause? Put a little pin in it? Just a little pin. Yes? No?
It's just significant.
I don't know what that means. Is it a grenade or something?
No. Those you take the pins out of.
I'm aware. I'm a mild-mannered gun salesman.
So the other lady, is she your friend? Because if she wouldn't mind, shaving the lip, she's kind of cute herself there.
Sure, you just want any kind of woman then. I'm less flattered.
You said that you don't think you're inhabiting, and I don't understand what you're talking about.
No,
So-
you can ask me again later
okay.
because I don't know my answer yet.
You said you didn't know her answer.
Chat, I
don't-
need you to move Jenica over to Lady T because I need to know how this romance pans out.
Oh, no. There is a meta point in the store. She can use it if she wants it.
True.
That's
I
true.
could.
That
Of
is
course,
true.
chat could do it for her.
Or chat
Forcefully.
could make her do it.
One
Right.
minute point, and that's not going to get us all the way to Lady T saying yes to this dress, you know?
I don't think Lady T would say yes to a dress personally, but
Fair.
I love how a terror situation has turned into a dating sim for you, Helen.
Well, I said it's all over. We could go out for burgers.
that's how the action movies work, right? We have tension.
Right, and
And
we'll be in
it's
love
resolved.
in 10 minutes. I'm glad
Okay,
I did
so-
this first, I'll be honest.
So I'll be at the no part right now, and you have to win me over, right? That's how it works.
Oh, especially because it's an 80s movie. You have to hate each other first.
Yeah.
And then fight side by side, and eventually he's going to save your life. I can see it
And-
already.
And we
Hey,
cut to-
Lady
Oh,
I'm
Whiskers,
officiating
if
the
you
wedding. I've already decided.
Lady Whiskers, if you need a damsel in distress, this guy over here, I could do that if that's what the game we are playing. But I think maybe we should stop the bombs or something, right?
I'm okay
I don't
with
know
that.
about we. I work alone.
Well, right now you're part of a team.
Look, no, I think all of us work alone, but this is one of those rare team up situations. Also, I know where there's like a crap load of guns.
I don't use guns. I got these guns.
Wow, you are really far in right now. That's okay. We can
Wow.
bring you out of it. Okay, are you? Where is everybody on the chart? There we go. Let's see. Andy is what? Almost all the way.
She is
I
all
am
the way
all
Avatar.
the
All the way Avatar. All the way Avatar.
She
Oh,
is
my-
all the way. Banana. Sorry. 80s.
Yes.
Sorry.
Rosanna, yeah. Oh wait, those are the next lyrics. So, we'll probably figure this out in time. But the rule is the four of us, we all have to kind of stick together, even though we are all, very hardened loners.
I prefer lone wolf, but I'll take hardened loner.
Hey, if you're not busy later and you want to take on a hardened loner, my wife's
Okay,
dead.
everybody, we try to find those bombs, huh?
Sandy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's
And with that,
sublimate.
the PA lets out a static crackling again before that same voice comes on. Thank you for your cooperation. For those of you that have chosen to be less than cooperative, you will be found and shot. Please await further instructions and obey the commands of my associates, and you will survive.
Whoa, get shot. I didn't come to get shot. I'm here for a thumb wrestling competition. I didn't sign up to
I
get
thought
shot.
you were here to pick up women.
Well, no, that would be after the competition. So usually when they see how good I am with my thumbs, then they just come flocking to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's a very big thumb wrestling groupie scene. I've seen it. I've gone to a few of these matches in the past. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. They're
Of
called
thumb wrestling
thummies.
or thumb wrestling groupies.
Yes,
Thummies. They call them thummies.
thummies.
Are they thummy thick? Okay, I'm sorry.
One of the radios crackles on the hip of one of the downed gunmen, and it's clear that they're using some kind of shortwave walkie-talkie to communicate with each other.
Oh, I'd totally grab one. Now I have a radio too.
What are you
What?
gonna say on the radio?
I don't know. I'm just gonna listen and
Hey,
I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a very thick Midwest accent. They would probably know it was me.
seeing as how I drive truck, you should probably hand the radio to me. That's kind of my thing.
Oh yeah, you're the
Oh,
expert
wow.
because you have to push the button with your thumbs. Here. I hand him the radio.
That's how we go. Breaker 19, you got your ears on?
Who's on this channel?
Who are you on this channel? Over.
Communications compromised. Switch to alternate channel.
Oh man.
So we just no, just turn the dial until you hear them start talking again. They can't do. They have the same radios. They are told you.
This is CNN. Also me.
You start cycling through, and before long, you are able to find the channel that they are communicating on with different squads, talking about different areas of the building that they have secured and beginning sweeps for stragglers.
Okay.
In the process of going through these channels, you also happen to catch the police radio bandwidth, where they have apparently received 911 calls from the convention and have dispatched SWAT and are forming a perimeter around the convention center.
Nice.
Yeah, we're surrounded on all sides.
What we know? Should we fill them in on what we know?
Oh no, I don't talk to the police.
How? Smoke signals?
Oh, we have the radio frequency. We have the police on the radio frequency as well. Right?
Or, if you want smoke signals, that would also tell them things.
If we can find one good cop out there and let them know that we're on the inside, we could, be their eyes and ears inside here as we get to the top of the tower of this hall.
Look, this is Los Angeles. Good luck finding one good cop.
Yeah.
Throw out a call and see if there's an Al Pal out there.
I feel like you're doing.
I just hear from other franchises. He was pretty okay.
I feel like you're doing a reference and I don't get it.
That's all right.
Yeah, my buddy John McClane said that in LA there's a cop called Al Powell, and he's okay.
Wait, is that from Die Hard? Are you doing a bit from Die Hard? This isn't.
Or if you can't get Al, you might ask for his partner, Stefan Raquel. Anyway. Hey, if any of you cops are on this frequency, we're inside. Over.
The Los Angeles Police Department, identify yourself.
They want us to identify ourselves.
Oh no, you identify yourself. You're the guy who wanted to talk to cops. Go ahead. Don't worry, he's a thumb wrestler. Everything will be fine.
Hand me the radio.
So,
hand me the radio.
This is great.
Take charge.
All right, here.
This is Charlie Soren, a.k.a. Walker, Texas Ranger. I can't do it.
She's a Texas Ranger?
Well, what's your situation, Ranger?
There's definitely a terrorist attack going on in here. Every exit is wired to blow. They're sending teams throughout the building, herding everyone into one area. I believe it is Ballroom A. We just took out the team that was in the food court.
They have hostages then?
They have an entire convention of hostages.
Best to just keep your head down then. Stay out of the way. Let the professionals handle it. Thanks for the assistance, Ranger.
No can do, pal.
Okay, guys, you heard them. It's up to us. You see, they thought they were talking about them as professionals. They didn't think that it was going to be us the whole time. Got you, pigs.
Jesus.
All right, so we should go find more bad guys.
So we're gonna dungeon crawl through this convention and free the hostages. I love it.
No, we should disarm the bombs before we do anything with the hostages.
There is a rather large group of individuals that were in the cafeteria that were not rounded up. These gunmen were going to round them up, who all seem to be waiting on you the people that saved them, for what to do. They all look very scared.
Can't we just like open a door and send them to the police? Be like, shoo, go, go.
No, because
Do you
it will.
remember that part about all the entrances being wired to explode?
Clearly, I did not remember that. Sorry.
So does this mean we need to go dismantle a bomb so we can start ushering people outside?
Unless they're all wired together. I don't know until I look at it.
Well,
And even then, I'm only a mild-mannered gun salesman from Iowa. But also, it's me, Crash Jackson.
Right. I know that. I don't think anybody else knows that.
I'm hoping to jog their memories.
Do you
Guys. Yeah, we all do. It's okay. Hey, cell phones,
We don't have cell phones.
internet, and but it'll
Oh,
jog.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
know, stuff they
Sorry.
don't
Well,
supposed
I
to have,
cell-
and now we.
I cell phone my truck. Like
Okay.
it's my truck.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Fascism.
Okay, let's find the bomb, everybody.
Are there any dogs around?
Unfortunately, no. The convention center has a no pets policy.
Okay. We don't know. We know that the doors are like rigged, right? Are the windows rigged as well?
The announcement was that all doors, windows, and other exits have been wired to explode, with
Okay.
additional explosives hidden throughout the building. Should any of you attempt to leave, they will be detonated.
Okay.
If there's that many bombs, they need to be connected with like a computer, right?
No.
No. I was hoping.
No, that would be nice. That's how we would do it, where we come from, sure. But they're doing it with a lot of wire and probably radio.
And
Which-
cutting individual wires would be time consuming.
That's why they have the emergency backup channel to talk on. If somebody gets compromised, they can't do that more than one or two times without risking boom boom, the explosive kind, not the pooping if you're a child kind.
I'm glad we're also mature here.
Okay.
I'm doing my best here. What do you want from me?
I think I'm gonna try using a meta point to move over one spot to my pilot.
All
so I can
right.
try-
Grady moving one step towards John Stone, letting a little bit of the cybernetic badass in.
Hey, welcome back, Johnny.
All right, look. I'm gonna see if I can detect these explosives. Being electronic, then I have electronic timers. I'm gonna see if I can use my ability to track them. They're gonna have at least some kind of ultrasonic because they're on a timers or they have a remote detonator, but there's some kind of
Yeah, they'll probably have a radio frequency.
right that I can
Mhm.
pick up on and use them to track them to each one.
Just
That
don't
is
trip
really
the radio
cool.
frequency.
That is a brilliant plan, John. Will you give me an advanced technology roll?
Advanced technology.
We're using your own.
1985 time bombs.
You're using your own John Stone capabilities of advanced technology.
Alrighty then. But since I'm still very, very close to my avatar, I'm rolling at a disadvantage. So
Yes, that's right. It's a
I'm
little
hoping-
bit harder for you to pull off.
I'm only one spot off of full avatar, so I have to roll 12s, yes?
That's
Plus
correct.
2.
Yep. It's a little bit harder.
Okay. So that is 12, we said plus 2, 14. But, however, my advanced technology skill is, whoa, wait a second, is 14.
That is just good enough to succeed. Not only are you able to lock down that there are, in fact, 114 explosive devices spread throughout this building, all on a similar radio frequency, but you're also able to pick up a coding.
I feel like we need some more hashtag personality in here. Move Janika 1 to Lady T and Charlie 1 to Andy. Also I feel like they could use some more
Thank you.
hashtag clarity 2 of each.
All right, two clarity.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
goodness.
you guys so very much. That is fantastic. From
Lumiere.
one towards
Lumiere
Andy,
is
they're
on it.
perfect. And just a little bit of Lady T starting to pour into Jenica. That couldn't possibly go wrong at all.
Ask and the metaverse answers.
Thank you.
You so much, Chad. Well, you're not only able to walk down that there are all of those explosive devices, so many spread throughout the entirety of the building. And sort of like the threat said, judging by the maps that you're able to also pull up using your advanced technology, that all of the doors, windows, and potential exits have most certainly been wired, along with numerous other places that you believe, John Stone, would compromise the structural integrity of the entire convention center and bring it all down on everyone's heads. On top of all of that, because the technology of this era isn't particularly advanced, your scanning of all these radio frequencies is able to find a military encrypted channel that apparently these terrorist forces are using. And from it, you are able to find out that a team of them has entered the secure area where military and DoD personnel are permitted, and they are forcing a Congressman Jenkins to give them access to a vault containing a specialty new weapon.
Not my Congressman Jenkins.
That's right.
Okay. Well, my mission is clear. I don't know what you yahoos are doing, but I'm gonna go save the congressman.
Wait. Please. Please explain.
Sorry.
I know. Loner is okay.
I was contracted specially by Congressman Jenkins to protect him and the secrets that he carries. I don't ordinarily do this kind of work, but since the entire safety of the United States of America, great country that it is, and potentially other countries as well as its states.
Andy James.
Yeah, yes?
Less with the character background rhetoric and more with what the mission is.
Oh. I mean, I'm going to rescue the congressman. I assume that means that everybody that is there with him is probably the head honchos in charge of this whole situation. So I think we can probably kill two birds with one stone. One John Stone, maybe.
All right, see, now we're all on the same page. We'll do this together like a team. We are a group of badass superhero meta pilots, remember? So,
Absolutely.
let's go, guys. Go team.
Earth, fire.
No.
Nope.
Nope, we're not. We are not Captain Planet. We all know Captain Planet is giant wuss.
Very true. All right.
Well, thankfully, thanks to John Stone, you do have access to maps of the convention center that he was able to access and knows exactly where the secure area is. The downside is it is almost entirely all the way across the other side on the convention center and 2 floors up.
All right.
Okay.
And there's also the problem of 114 bombs that we're going to need to deactivate before this whole place comes down, everybody.
I'm just saying deactivate them from the source.
I am too.
If we get the switch, we can deactivate them on our own time. Shut that signal off.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need something bigger than a walkie-talkie to send that kind of radio signal through concrete walls in a place like this. In my opinion, as a mild-mannered gun salesman from Iowa.
You keep saying that. All right, let's
I can't help it. I'm right in between the guy and me.
I understand.
And
Let's,
me and the guy are sometimes talking at the... Whoa.
it's very confusing.
Fair
I
enough.
understand.
Time's wasted. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an intimidation stare for days. So I know I can only use this once per session, but I feel like I should be able to intimidate, stare our way as far as we can without starting another fight. Just like, let us pass, I'm terrifying.
It's
Well, we
theoretically possible.
we have to calm down the people in here and get them someplace safe.
That's
There's
correct.
nowhere safe in here.
Food court bad. We've got guys that will be coming for them soon.
Okay, let's get everybody behind the selling of the food, like the little counters. Just put
Right,
them back there.
everybody get behind the counter in this Sbarro.
Yeah. Or, spread them out behind all the other counters, but then they have access to like deep fryers and ovens and stuff. They can like defend themselves with,
There's
kitchen
gotta be
implements.
knives back there.
Yeah.
You all heard what the hairy
Maybe
man
they don't
said.
have them
Get
playing.
down.
So I have psychiatry, so I'm going to help calm them like in a
Excellent.
very deliberate way and help them get center themselves into, calmness and then be behind the counters and hide
Yeah.
until we can take care of it.
I will most certainly take that from you.
Do
All right.
that.
Give me that roll.
Oh, okay.
I know we're in a food court, but you could just ask for the roll nicely. Jeez.
I didn't make it.
Oh.
Oh no!
They are just a little bit too terrified from all of the gunfire and, of course, the threats of explosives everywhere in the building.
Andy James, do it Charlie's way.
Yeah. Intimidate them to silence.
Great. All right, we're going to intimidate them into huddling and taking care of themselves.
Are you going to do that through a stare?
I mean, I was going to save the stare for staring down our opponents, but I think maybe, I've got roundhouse kicks still, so yeah, we're going to use the stare.
All right, so with the stare, you don't even actually have to speak. When they hesitate at the suggestion from Lady T / Dr. Jenica Clarkson, you just look at all of them. And
Oh,
what's
the
that
crazy
symbol?
eyes. The crazy eyes.
And despite being reluctant and terrified, they are clearly more terrified of Charlie and scramble over counters and behind other objects to hide behind.
And
Right.
the mustache added +2 to that success roll, just so you know.
Oh, 100%. You don't know what's hidden in this mustache. Could be another fist.
Can we go get some bad guys now?
There is a whole convention center you'll have to make your way through. And there could be bad guys looking for stragglers and wandering people anywhere in the facility. So how are you going to manage that? Are you just going to walk your way through? Or
I'm going to take these guys' guns.
Oh, yeah, there are guns laying on the ground.
What do they have? Inferior
Well-
American weapons?
No, this is very much a classic 80s movie. So,
Oh, so they
it is
take good German weapons.
Yep, they've got some very high quality HK assault rifles.
All right. I load up.
I'm
Guns
going to
Cowards.
tap into my I'm going to make a notice check to see if I can tell where they've been coming from, if anything around looks like it's been set up as a command post or anything like that.
All right, I'll go ahead and give me a notice, and we'll see what you can figure out.
I'm gonna try to roll against the higher set, which is my John Stone. However, I still have my disadvantage because I'm still mostly my avatar. So here we go. 13. Oh, cool. 13. And so that means I beat it by 5.
Beat it by 5. You are able to put together that most likely the majority of these gunmen are probably going to be babysitting all of the hostages they have in the Auditorium A. But they'll probably have teams working together, maintaining radio contact, searching through the convention floors and hallways. It would be impossible to say where exactly any of these are. And you would also take a guess that whoever's in charge is probably in that special cordoned off area for military and DOD personnel, probably working on getting that congressman to hand them over whatever kind of a horrible, dangerous, terrible weapon that could possibly be here to get their hands on.
So we're trying to go to the military place, right?
Yes.
And we have a whole convention to get through and 2 floors,
Yep,
right?
booths everywhere. There's no other people because, the hostages have been taken, but there are clearly roving patrols of gunmen searching for people just like yourselves.
But it's like a convention center, so we all have booths that have like.
Yes,
little
there's
perks.
tons of booths and little stands and
If we can-
display cases.
I think if we get to the main convention hall, we'll have an easier time getting to the other end of it, because the main convention hall usually connects to everything else, right?
Fair enough.
That's true.
And it's a big place with lots of booths set up, so like almost giant warehouse sized.
And we could hide if we need to hide.
Plus,
Do
there
we
will
all
be
have stealth?
plus there's more weapons in there if we need them. Samples from pretty much every major firearms manufacturer in the 1980s. You'd pretend United States.
Yeah, so let's go there.
All right.
Use
Why don't I get
Nazareth.
can I get a stealth check from everyone?
Oh, I'm on 8s now, or on 10s now. All right.
Do we have any meta points?
You have
We have
one meta
one
point
meta
and
point
2
and
moments of clarity.
Dibs.
Sucks.
I'm using meta point.
Which way you moving?
Towards Crash.
1 towards Crash for Dutch.
I am beating my stealth by 6.
By 6. Okay.
I failed mine by 2.
By 2. All right.
Unless street sense would count, because there's little streets in the in the convention center. You know, the little pathways.
A brilliant attempt.
Always gotta try.
Now we get to actually roll that stuff. I'm like, I spent the meta point. I guess I win, but I didn't roll anything. So
No, I'm still waiting on yours.
I beat it by 6.
Beat it by 6. And I need 1 more.
I missed mine by 2.
So 2 of you missed by 2, and 2 of you got it by 6. That is about perfect. I think someone might have had some technical difficulties there for a moment.
What was it? Was it me? I hope it wasn't.
I am technically difficult.
There we go. All fixed.
You're a delight.
Well, you make your way to the convention floor, and you guys think that you're being perfectly stealthy, avoiding people. You even see a couple of the gunmen doing their little sweeps of hallways. And just about the time that you think you're home free, you step right into one of these aisles as a group of gunmen step right into the aisle across from you. Now,
All right.
before the shooting starts, because I have one in the store and you guys have spent meta points and personality disorders moving around, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to use that system shock, and we're just going to shake things up before
Oh,
this
you
fight.
bastard! You
God damn it.
bastard!
I know, I'm terrible. I'm horrible. You
I
all
don't
hate me.
disagree. You're very bad.
We all know
Let's
this
start
to
with
be true.
John Stone / Grady first and see where he ends up. You know, just to shake things up, John, you're going to end up in full pilot as a result of that system shock and leave Grady behind when this gunfight breaks out.
All right.
We're going to Jenica / Lady T. We're going to go the exact opposite direction, and Jenica's going to end up as full Lady T.
Oh,
Or,
what we've been waiting for.
perfectly timed with John Stone going fully John Stone. I mean, it's wonderful. There's no way that could be awkward.
No.
Hopping down to Crash and Dutch, who've found themselves just right in the middle there.
Again?
Hang on, that's where you're at currently. Excuse me. No, you're actually 1 closer to Crash. Sorry. We're going to end up moving you 1 away from Dutch. So let's let more of Dutch out to play.
Okay.
And for Andy James / Charlie, we're going to move 1 away from Andy James.
Holla!
So let's get those sliders updated real quick.
Ooh.
Yes, update my slider. I get funny voice, and also I suck at things.
No,
We got the
you
last
just
2 right, and then John Stone is fully in this driver's seat now, and Lady T, well, she's going to come out to play. So let's have ourselves a gunfight in the middle of a room full of guns.
terrific.
I'm assuming initiative.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite phrases of every episode of Metaverse. Will you roll initiative, everyone, please?
Well, I'm back to Andy James, so let's see if I roll anything.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Wait.
Guys,
I
I
was
got
trying to make a joke, and that was a mistake because
Oh!
my initiative is 14.
I rolled double 12s,
What?
What?
8.
which
I
means
rolled an 8.
26.
Less than, somehow, the 9 I rolled earlier.
What was that, Crash?
24.
26.
26. Well-
Astonishing.
Well, Dutch, looks like you get to start things off. You're going to be quickest on your feet reacting to these gunmen that just stepped into the middle of the aisle that you're in. Gun booths on both sides of you, all the way up between you and them.
All right, I have 2, machine guns at this point, so I'm going to throw one of them at each of the gunmen.
Give me a pair of athletics tests, please, for those thrown attacks.
Oh wait, I don't have. I do have athletics with this. Okay, good. It's just not as nice. Beat it though by it looks like 4.
Beat it by 4. Well, I need one more from you. That's the first one.
And double 2s. So by 10.
The first throw is pretty good, and as the gun flips end over end through the air, it strikes a gunman in the shoulder, knocking him to the ground, but not taking him out of the fight. The second one is perfect. It's almost as if Dutch leaped entirely across the room and slammed the butt of the rifle into him directly from there. The throw was like a javelin throw of a rifle, but backwards.
For my move action, I turn back to my compatriots, my party members, and I explain to them how this particular Austrian model, you can throw it at somebody as many times as you want and pick it back up. It'll shoot just like the first time out of the box. No problem. Even underwater.
Okay. Good to know.
That is fabulous. And that puts us to John Stone, who gets to act next. Dutch just threw 2 assault rifles across the room into the gunman.
All right. How many gunmen total?
There are still 7. One of them is down to his knees, though, having been hit from a thrown rifle.
Huh. Okay. And when they communicate, do they use handheld walkie-talkies or earpieces?
They have handheld walkie-talkies on their belt, but there are earpieces that go all the way up from them to their ear.
Fantastic. So,
I think some people might want a few #MetaPoints. Also, I am living for Slavic
Wow.
Professor Gatling.
We just jumped up to 5 meta points in the store,
What?
guys, so you could probably move around if you feel confined.
Excellent.
I just want.
thanks, Merkworky.
Thank you.
I just want 2. Just give me those 2. I'll still do the voice, I promise. I'm using 2, but I'll do the voice still.
All right. Well, John, what do you do?
Okay. So I get 2 attacks. So my first attack, since they all are using earpieces, I want to, cause them a bit of discomfort. So I want to. I've already found the frequency that they communicate on. So I'm
Yes.
going to use my, skills of being able to control light and sound frequencies, and I'm just going to send them a feedback frequency to all of them at the same time as my first attack, just to disorient and stun them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Excellent. Using John Stone's incredible advanced technology, will you go ahead and give me an advanced technology roll as you send that out?
And wait, I beat it by 7.
Beat it by 7. They, almost all of them, raise a hand up to their earpieces, clearly shocked and discomforted by it. It is definitely going to have an effect. And what is your second attack as John Stone has 2 attack actions.
So, and what's in this room that we're in?
You are surrounded by gun booths and body armor displays and all kinds of other things of that particular nature. Just every type of 80s gun under the sun is around you in some form or another.
Not a problem. Don't care about any of that. I'm going to grab the nearest display table, and in one swift motion, I'm going to collapse those legs, and I'm going to frisbee toss this thing at the gunman and try to see how many I can hit.
Very good.
Give me an
These are-
athletics test there, John.
These are heavy 80s tables too. None of that like light plastic stuff. These are all
these
like
are not plastic. These are solid, heavy tables.
Yeah.
But if our viewers don't know, I am a cyborg, so I can handle this.
John
All right.
Stone is immensely strong.
And athletics test with it, I beat it by 7.
Wait,
Beat it by 7.
does anybody in the party not have super strength right now?
I mean, I could, but I'm full Lady T, so I don't think it would be it would be hard to get over there.
Just nobody dare tell Lady T she isn't super strong, because she probably knocked the teeth out of that. The hurled table is quite the perfect projectile, John. And while several of them manage to, even distracted, get out of the way, 3 of them are completely taken by this table, knocked not only down, but through the next booth that's sort of behind them, and then into another display case, sending guns, ammunition, body armor, and tactical gear all over the place.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good.
Now, the distracted but still able to act remaining 4 are going to be next. They are going to be penalized by that horrible, high-pitched screaming type noise going on in their radio earpieces from the attack of John Stone. But they're still going to try and put some bullets downrange and see if they can hurt some of you folks. Though with the distraction, it seems that their shots are highly compromised, and we have a success by 2 against Lady T. And we have
Because my jewelry is armor.
That's right. We have a success by 6 against Andy James / Charlie Norris. Which what's that dodge bonus here, is Andy James?
Yeah, my dodge bonus is Andy James is 8, so
Ooh, that is not enough to hit you. Moving with lightning speed, you dodge those rounds. Is your dodge bonus better than 2, Lady T?
Yes, I have no, it's a 0.
Oh. So those bullets are going to hit. You do have some armor in the form of all of that jewelry, though. So that 30 damage hit is going to be reduced by your armor value.
So my armor is 10. So
it's only going to inflict 20 damage to you, as several of the bullets, in fact, ricochet off of the plethora of jewelry that is worn by Lady T.
Ricochet is a good 80s movie.
Any chance to use the word plethora, I'm happy with.
It's a 90s movie.
Me too. And that, of course, is going to put it to Andy James next.
Okay. I mean, I like this hurl and whirl thing. So let's see. What is a large object nearest me?
Another display case.
It's Dutch Youngblood.
Oh yeah, Dutch Youngblood's probably the largest object near you.
I mean, I was gonna throw something, run and jump off of it, and like land a kick into somebody's face, but I'll do that with Dutch.
Yeah, like who better than the invulnerable giant? Come on, let's do this.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna grab him arm and leg. Kind of like when you're playing with kids and you're swinging them around and they're like, yay! Yeah. So I'm going to do that.
Super fun! Yay!
And I'm going to spin him around and spin him around and spin him around, release him, run, jump, launch myself off, and then do like a diving downward kick into the head of the nearest person.
Now that is one heck of a move. Let's start with the athletics test for throwing.
Great. And I'm going to burn a meta point so I can roll this on 8s.
Ooh, good choice.
Full
Full Andy James time.
All right. Full Andy James, we're doing athletics. We are going to beat that solidly by 10.
A critical success. These are going to stack up as we do them. I need another athletics test for the running and jumping using the Flying Dutch as a springboard for your running jump.
Can I do an assisting athletics roll?
You absolutely can, Dutch.
Since it's making contact, that's technically grappling, so I should have no problem with it.
There we go. I'm gonna beat that one by 14 though. So let's
Yeah. So add 2 to that. Now you beat it by 16.
So a pair of critical successes stacked up into the third and final test, which is the fighting check for that jump kick downwards into one of these poor hapless gunmen.
Yep, and we are going to beat that bad boy. I can math by 9.
Normally it would only be by 9, but because you have already gotten 2 critical successes,
And
that's actually going to beat it by 15, making it a critical success as well.
Oh.
Your leaping jump kick cracks ribs, probably the collarbone, and maybe even the 3 or 4 generations of grandkids later that this person is going to have probably felt that kick. As they are launched through several booths and then across the room, perhaps never to be seen again. They might very well have bounced up into orbit around the planet from such a kick.
Amazing.
It's good.
I sounds like I ended an entire bloodline.
It is entirely possible.
You
It's
injured
like
them.
It is
You injured them
likely
on a
that their ancestors-
DNA level.
And that, of course, puts us to Lady T, who is acting last in the round. You've been wounded by bullet fire from these troublesome goons.
I barely felt that. I'm fine. Anyway, so they have hurt me. They have hurt my children. They're somewhere running around here, hopefully not dead. But if they are dead, I'm going to take it out of their butts. Not the kids, the bad guys. And so anyway, you said there were bullets on the ground.
Oh yeah, bullets, guns.
Bullets.
pieces
Okay,
of
so what I
paper.
want to do is I want to take you know those display cardboard cutout people. So like picture
Yes.
like a Rambo type cardboard cutout guy. I'm gonna take him down, and he's gonna lay flat on the ground on top of a bunch of bullets, so that I can skateboard him to the nearest bad guy, jump off, grab the bad guy by the legs, swirl him around, and hit as many bad guys as I can with the other bad guy.
Nice.
These are all bold moves. I love it. Let's start with the athletics test for the skateboarding using bullets and a cardboard cutout.
Right. I also have action sequence, if that helps, because this feels like an action sequence.
This is most certainly an action sequence. This is
Okay.
a great time to use that skill.
Okay.
Combining all those things together, that is definitely an action sequence.
Okay, so I beat action sequence by 7.
Oh, that's your
Nice.
first one there. Give me one more action sequence on that.
Oh, and I beat that one by, also 7.
And then a fighting test for the very end of it all.
Fighting test. Got that one right on.
All right. You slide perfectly, skateboarding across using these bullets. So even when the bullets end and it hits the linoleum, it slides across perfectly, maintaining balance, not messing up a single lock of hair on your entire head as you make your way across. It's perfect. Grabbing one of these goons, lifting him up and spinning him like a club. Unfortunately, you were so concentrated on looking good doing it that you were only able to hit one other goon,
Oh, no.
I mean, I looked really good doing it, so.
sending him flying through the air. You're still holding on to one who is screaming madly as you're spinning him.
It works my core. I'm just going to keep doing it.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Sorry, 80s. Sorry.
It is very 80s. That is definitely thematically appropriate. And that sends us back to the top of the order. But at the end of the round, before any of that happens,
You son of a bitch.
majestically 80s thing occurs. Ropes drop from seemingly nowhere, and ninjas begin rappelling down the ropes to join into the combat, wielding Uzis and other sorts of 80s ninja-like implements. Where these ninjas come from, who knows? But it's the 80s. There were always ninjas. That's just how it goes.
They were always here. We just couldn't see them.
Fun fact about ninjas: ninjas can't actually walk. They can only jump, flip, and run. Don't know if you knew that.
That's real.
But they're like kangaroos. They can't actually walk.
Crash, there are now ninjas on the scene. What do you do?
Well, I don't think these ninjas are thematically appropriate to a gun show. Why are these ninjas? Why do they have machine guns? That's silly. So I'm gonna grab one of the small gun safes.
Okay.
That shows us you get that little lock on it, and the doors open so the customers can see what the gun safe looks like inside. P.S. It looks like the inside of a safe. Yay big. A pistol case. I'm gonna put it on top of one of them ninja heads. Okay, just like it's a helmet that goes over his pajama tops. Now he's got a safe on his head, or a bank, if you will. Now I'm gonna punch it.
Excellent.
Using the powers of Kid Titan, I'm going to punch the shit out of that bank and activate Hacksaw.
Oh.
Nice.
So by punching this, you're going to punch all of the ninjas with
in the
this
face.
one
But
safe.
they're going to be protected by the safe. Like, it's still going to knock the crap out of them. But with my super strength, it shouldn't knock their heads clean off because the safe is protecting them.
But it would make like a bell sound inside, like a go, and then
Also, it would punch in the safe enough to where it would be stuck to their head. Like,
nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to activate that hacksaw if I make that shot.
Absolutely.
But I would like to use a moment of clarity.
Oh, good call. You're on 8s for this no matter what now.
So I'll be on 8s for this, but and this is just for the ninjas. Because how dare they? How dare they?
They're in the wrong movie, son.
That's right. Schwarzenegger didn't fight ninjas. Let's see, that's 12, so I beat it by 8.
Beating it by 8 is good enough to succeed, and activating Hacksaw means it will hit all of the ninjas. So this impact happens on the outside of the safe, crushing it in just enough so that it will stay until someone comes along with a cutting torch, rather permanently affixed to this particular ninja. The impact sends him spinning through the air, where he proceeds to pinball bounce from ninja to ninja who are still in the process of rappelling down from the ropes, sending them all sprawling into different display cases, into gun racks, and everywhere, including 1 or 2 that land right down at your feet.
And that's what a 20-ton punch will do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now the ground is littered with unconscious ninjas. John Stone, we go to you next.
Okay.
Ninjas are taken care of, but there are still gunmen. There are 2 that are active. One that has his gun in his hands. The other is being swung through the air in a repeated circle by Lady T.
So you still doing that? No.
Yeah.
You're still swinging them. Just
It's
still.
fun.
All right.
It's got that scream.
So
This would be an
Alright.
excellent time for you to
I
ask her.
take another.
Yeah, this is the perfect time. Do it, bud.
Do what?
This is your chance. Make your move.
To do what? What she said? I didn't hear.
To ask her
Ask
out.
Lady T again.
Oh.
I mean, obviously she knows her
Hey.
way around her man, so.
So
And it looks like she's
Okay.
a swinger.
So
Okay.
first, I go to grab another table. I grab the table, and I look over to her, and I see her, and I say, "Hey, is that? See, I'm socially awkward at the same time because all I do is drive truck. I'm not around people. Is that wiggle for me?
No, I'm twirling a bad guy around, and I'm going to use him as a weapon the next time I get to go.
Okay, Right. So, yeah. So, are you gonna put that guy down for me?
No, see, there's bad guys, and we're trying to beat them. So I'm gonna use this bad guy as a club to beat everybody else.
Sorry, that's my avatar. I'm fully pilot, but my avatar is creeping into my. Sorry. Anyway,
It happens.
I pick up the
Oh.
nearest table, and again these are hard tables, and I say, and are you Lady T? You're Lady T right now, right? I say, hey T, batter up, and so here's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna let her release the guy toward me. I'm gonna hit him with the table into the other guy.
Like pull, and then I release the clay pigeon.
Sure.
Right? Okay.
Excellent.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to require Lady T to make an athletics roll, or an action sequence roll to assist.
Okay.
Hitting a fool with another fool.
Yeah,
into
I
another
beat that by
fool.
11.
That's going to be a critical success. That's going to help you out, Johnstone, as you make an athletics test for the baseball-like strike using the table.
Which I beat by 7.
Beat by 7. And then I will have you make one more of those as you send him flying through the air towards the other gunman.
One, another one. Which I beat by 10.
Beat by 10. But you see, it's actually going to be beat by 12 because you have the assist from Lady T on that one. So the impact is brutal. First, this poor, hapless gunman is released, struck by the table where he spins end over end, colliding with the remaining gunman, shattering bones and sending the two completely down the end of this lane of booths until they slide out of sight, down some stairs, and are gone. And the gunfight comes to a close.
Oh, we're done.
Ninjas down, gunmen down.
Excellent.
Of course, with all that shooting, there'll probably be more coming soon. So you make your way rather rapidly across this convention floor, using the remaining tables and booths to still screen your movement in case anyone is running in, who is probably going to be going and investigating that sound. It doesn't take you long to reach the far side of the convention center, going up the stairs through 2 floors into the isolated area reserved for Department of Defense contractors and military personnel. There are several injured people here who have clearly been shot very recently, and a rather large open vault-like thing that its door is completely hanging open. And you can hear voices coming from a stairwell on the far end of the room. Hurry up, we need to get that to the roof.
To the roof?
To the roof.
And then the voices fade.
Is the roof on fire? The roof. The roof is not. Okay.
Hey, guys, bring it in. We know where they're going, right?
To the
So
roof.
let's get there. Let's get there first.
So but the windows are rigged.
We're not going to go through the windows or the doors.
What are we going to go through?
Climb up the elevator shaft.
No.
Oh.
The air ducts?
Air ducts.
Grab some rope, guys.
Okay.
We'll make a hole. We'll make a hole in the ceiling of the convention center.
Oh, we're gonna shim up the ropes. And...
No. I'll fly up there and pull you all up.
Ooh, I can help with that. I also fly.
No.
Fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bonded to 2 avatars that can fly. It helps.
You're not making any sense, but you haven't let us down yet.
I just punched like 30 ninjas at once. Just
Yeah.
believe me.
Okay.
It was pretty impressive.
Also, there are ropes leading to the ceiling already that the ninjas came down.
Lady
It
T, you
seems
don't
to
have
be a thing.
Let's just go up.
Lady T, you don't have any qualms with flying, do you?
I have no problems flying, I don't think. I've never tried it.
Excellent. So, we're gonna fly to the roof, huh?
Can I climb to the roof?
If someone lowered a rope,
Faster and easier.
Yeah, there's ninja ropes. Just
you could scale right up a ninja rope, but somebody's going to have to make a hole in that roof.
I got this. Making big holes in things is what I do. That came out wrong.
Indeed, it did. A lovely case of phrasing.
Yep. So, like, I needed something big enough for the biggest of us to go through, which is me.
Yeah, Dutch is a pretty large individual.
And Lady T's no slouch either. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not small.
Not at all. Lady T is particularly buff. Let's just be straightforward and honest.
All right, so I'm going to skip the ropes then and just launch myself from the ground straight up. Make a man-sized Dutch-shaped hole in the ceiling as I go through.
Like cartoon.
Do we all have to like make that same?
Just like the cartoons, and I'll even just because use my powers to make sure it does make a perfect shape.
Perfect.
All right. Give me a power usage roll there, please.
Where does the other one go? Everything's fine here. Don't worry. There it is. 2 and 4. Oh yeah, man! I beat that by 12.
Ah,
Oh, perfect. You blow a perfect hole through the roof. It does not match Dutch's frame at all, but does match a extremely perfect. Like you could measure this circle and the diameter, the circumference would be right on. And it would be a math teacher's dream of a perfect circle. And how are the rest of these individuals going to join you up there, Dutch?
Well, I'll lower a rope and start pulling them up, unless they can.
All
fly.
right. You lower a rope and begin hauling them up. Well, Andy James, who also can fly, joins you on the roof.
may I
And
spend
just-
a meta
yes.
point,
Absolutely, you can.
please? And then once per session, I'm allowed to be swarm for me.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I would like to be swarm for me when I go up into the when I go up onto the roof. I want to kind of swarm up.
Because they're probably already going to be shooting if they're up there. So that's very smart.
So I'm whooshing, so I'm just picture a mass of bees. I'm just massive bees.
I'm just wondering who in chat just got bingo.
Yep. Swarm form just happened. Let's move Dr. Jenica Clarkson one step towards pilot. And the swarm form joins everyone on the roof. And yes, there is almost immediate shooting. And we're going to get into that as I talk about the other things that are on this roof.
Oh.
There are more of these terrible gunmen that you have run into. In addition, there are 4 individuals that are uniquely important to the avatars that you're in. For Dutch, your old rival, another professional hitman, notorious for his lack of conscience, Antonio is waiting up there, seemingly with these horrible groups of terrorists. Yeah, that's right. For Grady, your longtime competitor in the world thumb wrestling circuit, the former Russian soldier Ivan. He's tall, got platinum blonde hair, and he will break you. He is also up there waiting for you. You might have also fought him in another movie franchise.
Is he terrible, Ivan?
He is pretty terrible. For Charlie, there is the martial arts tournament fighter, Bolo, who does this pec flexing thing and always likes to tell you that bricks don't hit back. And there is, of course, for... I'm sorry, I missed someone there, didn't I? Oh, yes, Lady T. Your long-standing rivalry back from before you were a youth counselor and were a bouncer. The former professional wrestler, Bulk Rogan, who is notorious for tearing his yellow tank tops in half. He is also up there with these terrorists. Behind them all is a rather tall, refined-looking Englishman in an expensive suit setting up some kind of missile.
Oh, goody. Something for you to ride.
That was not bad phrasing. She literally means that.
Yes. I will ride that rocket.
Oh, I was kidding.
Let's see what happens with one of my favorite phrases to, of course, manage with Metaverse. Let's one more time roll for initiative, guys.
Okay, let's see if I can get higher than 8 or 9, guys. You guys ready?
I believe in you.
Ooh!
Oh, I got a 17 this time, guys.
That's way better. That's almost twice as good.
I know. No. Yeah.
I got an
It's the 2
18.
put together.
I'm still gonna beat you with an 18 though.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry.
I got a 23.
23.
It's pretty low for you, huh?
Now, for attacks, doubles mean something,
Yeah.
but did they mean anything on initiatives?
Nope, not
Oh,
particularly.
man. All right, fine. So I got double 11s plus my initiative bonus of 4, so that's 26.
Jeez.
Lordy.
Wow, that is impressive. That is really, really impressive. I, of course, am rolling 4,000 initiative rolls right here, so just don't mind me.
4,000.
Not quite. But, John, none of them managed to beat you, so you're going to be going first as this combat is going to break out. With Gunman, old rivals, a refined English terrorist. I mean, it's just about everything you could expect in a standalone, let alone a sequel.
Is it kind of weird that all of our arch rivals are here?
Yes. Yes, that is weird.
How did it even find us?
Well, to be honest, it actually happens to you all the time.
All the time, right?
Amazing.
All right. Well, let's go for my big Russian dance partner here.
Yes.
So, why not just go for a good old-fashioned ranged attack? I have my static charge ability, so I'm going to just go ahead and try to shoot one center mass right into him.
All right, that'll be your first attack. Give me a shooting test with that as you fire electricity using the advanced tech of John Stone.
7, and so shooting, so that's beat it by 11.
Beat it by 11. That is a critical success, which is important against this particular individual, as it would have had almost no effect without the critical success. But with it, he is going to take some of that damage, and he is going to be stunned for this turn and unable to act.
Cool. So fortunately, I have 2 attacks.
Yep,
So-
you've got one more.
My next one would just
John Stone. You want to hit me with some of that?
Oh, right. Wink. So my second attack, I will send another static charge over to my colleague over there. Now, seeing as how he's a willing participant in this, do I need to roll an actual?
Only for the hoping to get a critical success margin,
Cool.
which his dodge bonus won't apply because he's not attempting to dodge it.
Okie dokie. So, and while I'm rolling this, you might be able to inform our guests why the heck you'd want me to shoot you with my static charge.
So, one of Crash's bonded avatars is Zeus. So, electricity attacks not only don't hurt him, they add to his speed and strength. So I can be even faster and stronger than the super fast, super strong character that I already am.
So I rolled a 9, which makes me beat it by 9.
Beat it by 9, almost a critical success there. Just shy of it. So you're only going to get to absorb 30 damage to distribute amongst your speed and strength.
Would it help if I really, really meant it?
No, this is good. This is good.
No.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, not so much. Now, of course, before Crash gets a chance to go, martial arts fighter Bolo is going to go first, and he is going to go immediately after his longtime rival, Charlie. Having lost to him in dozens of different martial arts tournaments, there is a long-standing blood feud between the two of them. Also known for a trademark kick. In his case, it is the side kick rather than the roundhouse kick. And I'm going to have a success by 9 on that side kick against you there, Andy James. Is that going to hit you?
He's gonna hit me for 1. My dodge is 8.
Gonna hit by 1. Not enough, even on his best day, to critical hit. But that's still going to hit you. And Bolo's sidekick does a whopping 50 points of damage if he's got a running lead up to use it. which he in fact did. But I'm not sure in your case that does a whole lot. You want to tell the audience at home what happens when you take 50 points of damage?
Yeah. So
Nothing.
I am bonded to a Titan. So I have 100 damage or 100 in armor. So that's not even gonna rattle me.
A
Not.
rocket launcher wouldn't rattle you at this point.
No, this perfectly timed and aimed kick hits you right in the solar plexus, doesn't budge you an inch, and in fact, Bolo's eyes widen in surprise as it has zero effect on you.
Now I do have a question though.
Absolutely.
Why does Bolo Young always play characters named Bolo?
That's a badass name, man.
Yeah, it is.
Rolo.
Because he'd forget to respond if he had a different name. So do I actually have to take bodily damage to use Taste for Blood?
You can make this apply in this case because you are also in your avatar and you aren't full pilot, so you can let some of your avatar take a little bit of that damage, and it doesn't have the armor, so you could let 10 of that damage bleed through to old Charlie and get that Taste for Blood in classic cinematic fashion.
I'm gonna let 10 damage come in so that I can get a +2 on all fighting checks throughout the rest of this combat.
Often this happens in Charlie's fights with Bolo. A blow is landed, Charlie bleeds, and then Charlie gets upset. But before we get to see the effect of that, Crash is next with a 23.
Nice. Indeed. Let's see. So, Antonio is my nemesis there?
Yeah, your longtime Spaniard rival and professional knife fighter.
Great. Okay, well, I'm going to go up and face off with Antonio, pull out my Glock, and shoot the English guy 3 times.
Nice.
Give me 3 shooting tests, please.
Sorry.
Wasn't it a block, not a Glock?
It is a block.
It is
Glock
these terrorists were carrying my guns.
Yes.
Amazing.
I love it. Now I could do this right out of the box, I say. Does that count as a one-liner?
That does count on a one-liner.
Excellent. I made my first shooting test by 8. My second one also by 8, although different roll. And the third one by 9.
All 3 shots strike this Englishman, ruining his perfect, well-tailored suit and rapidly spreading red blotches where the bullets impacted. And he falls to the ground at the base of this freshly set up missile-like object.
Also, I took the -2 on those shots to make them called, so none of them will be fatal.
Oh, good.
I'm nice that way.
You avoided every major organ, but did some serious limb damage there. With medical attention, he'll survive. Now, the Russian soldier and former thumb wrestler Ivan would be going next, but he is stunned for this round and loses his actions from the static shock that hit him. So
And
that
mine's
is...
just- yeah, I forgot to say, my static shock damage is all going into kinetic repel shield.
That is
When
not a
Antonio
bad
decides to
plan,
use it.
because Antonio is going to try and repeatedly stab you with a knife now that you've gotten into close combat range. Succeeding by 10.
That'll hit.
Succeeding by 15.
That will also hit.
And succeeding by 1.
No, that will miss.
Unfortunately, I don't think either of those are enough with your dodge bonus to count as critical successes, are they?
I don't believe so, no.
No, they're not, but they are still hits. Each one is a 30 damage knife hit, but you have a kinetic repulsion field up. So that's going to reduce that damage to 0 on both attacks. However, very cinematically, your clothes are cut by the slashing knife.
And my bare chest is showing
Yes.
just a little bit, and there's a line of blood, even though I'm clearly not cut.
Yes. Because that's how this works. I mean,
Can there be smudges of ash on my face as well?
Oh, 100%.
Well, when we
That's
climbed through the
absolutely.
ceiling, for sure you got like, smudged.
Well, now you have
There's some grease
to
or something.
touch the wound.
Oh, we're going to get to that because Andy James / Charlie Soren is up next and is just utilizing something that might require that type of move.
100%. We have taste for blood, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna... And now I've got +2 on fighting checks. Well, since bricks don't hit back is Bolo's whole thing, I'm going to assume there's some masonry happening on the top of this roof, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Cinder blocks, etc. So what I am going to do is I'm going to say something to the effect of, we can do this the easy way or we can do it my way. And I am going to hurl a couple of cinder blocks up in the air and roundhouse kick them directly into his head.
That was a good crescent kick too. That was nice.
yeah.
Go ahead
All
and
those years of being a showgirl.
Wait a second. You can't do that kick and end it with this. What the heck? You can't do that.
That's how
I am a
together.
little bit more Andy James right now, so.
for
And
the
it's the 80s.
for the cinder blocks, go ahead and give me the athletics test first, and then give me a fighting test for the kick.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. So, whoop. Well, I rolled that one on the floor, so I might as well do it with the other one. Excellent. We're going to beat it by 13.
And then give me the fighting test for the roundhouse kick, sending cinder blocks flying straight into Bolo.
And I've got a +2 on that I don't even need because I rolled a 1 and a 2. So I'm going to beat it by 15.
You beat it by 15. You got a bonus of 2 for the taste for blood, and a bonus of 2 more for the athletics test being a critical success. That's almost enough to make it a double critical success. And we're going to go ahead and, since it's 2 of them, count that as a double critical success as both cinder blocks fly one after the other straight into Bolo's head, exploding upon impact because he is rather hard-headed, but sending him flying backwards where he makes a couple of stumbles, kind of stumbles around you in a partial circle, eyes crossed, and then falls through the hole in the roof created by your comrades. It will be at least a couple more martial arts tournaments before he shows up again.
Oh, quickly, let's do another round.
Wait, I haven't gone
you're up.
yet.
Yep.
I know.
Okay, so I'm Nano Waspy, right? And
Yes.
I'm gonna send my Nano Wasp after Bulk Rogan in the way that is the most upsetting to him, because what I want him to do is like turn and flee in horror. Okay, so what we're gonna do as Nano Wasp is we're going to slice up his shirt because he likes ripping it, and if anybody else rips it, it's just it's horrifying. Plus, I'm going to shave half of his mustache off with Nano Wasp. So some are going to eat his shirt and some are going to eat half of his mustache so that he is horrified and cries
Very good.
and leaves.
I love it. This will be using a swarm form, so you're going to be using Bombshell's power, which is where
Yes.
this comes from, your Sentinel City superhero power. And go ahead and give me a power use roll against Bombshell's power use of 18.
I beat it by 14.
In rapid succession, these wasps fly through the air, cutting the shirt and shaving the mustache. And in fact, a little known fact, despite all of his macho nature, Bulk Rogan is terrified of bees.
Excellent.
You shouldn't wear yellow.
And immediately flees in abject terror. With
Can
their
you jump off the
English
roof?
leader, yes, with their English leader down, the remaining gunmen, of course, drop their weapons and surrender, as is common for all 80s action flicks. And making it so that our heroes have saved the day, preventing this terrible tragedy from happening, and defeating their rivals in cinematic 80s fashion.
As the camera pulls out, I'd like to take Antonio and just kind of walk him over and drop him down the hole where he falls on a brand new department store, and I say, mind the gap.
Mind the gap. Nice.
Mind the gap.
And then
He
I'm
lands
going
on
to
khakis. You know?
I'm going to run over to my adversary and grab him by the throat. And before I hip toss him down the pit, I'm going to say, "If you die, you die."
Nice.
And that, folks,
For anybody?
and that, folks, is how it's done on Masters of the Metaverse. I want to thank everyone for joining us on our action-packed 80s extravaganza today.
Happy
thank all
Gen
the
Con, everybody.
Happy Gen Con. If you can, get that badge, turn in a ticket. Let them know that you enjoyed the show. Let them know you had a good time. Check out some more Gen Con events. There's great other stuff going on. I hear there's all kinds of other wonderful things that are happening today as part of the whole Gen Con experience, and you really should check out all of them. Check out our Zombie Orpheus Twitch channel for more Masters of the Metaverse and other great shows. And you can check out the Fantasy Network to watch VODs and older episodes of everything, including, the Gamers Live that was on yesterday, if you happen to have missed that, which if you
Also,
missed it,
every other Gamers Live, pretty much, except for one, ever.
But again, thank you so much. Thank you, chat, for contributing to the show. Thank you, audience, for watching. And thank you to my amazing cast and technical crew for always putting on fantastic shows here. This is what makes Masters of the Metaverse. All of you. You guys at home, you guys on the screen.
Yeah, and don't forget the new season of Masters of the Metaverse starts not this Monday, but next Monday.
That's right. Brand new season premiere.
Good jumping on point, the very beginning of our final season.
That's
Final
right.
what?
That's right. The final season of Masters of the Metaverse starts on the 10th. Masters of the Metaverse Revelations. Love all you guys.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.